In the last video, we derived the expressions in the absence of electric field, right? Now, let us continue similar kind of derivations, but the only thing here we have to consider that potential in the presence of external field. Potential energy in an external electric field. That means already there will be some field due to some unknown charge. So initially we are considering we have to bring the first charge and work done in bringing the first charge will be 0. But here let us choose a point lying in the field produced by some unknown source charge. So already there is some external electric field. Yes, potential energy of a single charge in an external electric field. So here, in order to bring the first charge also, we have to do some work because already there is some electric field. That means there will be some opposition. So work is required even to bring a first charge or a single charge. So it is very simple. Just consider an external field E produced by unknown source charge. Let P be a point, and that point lies in the influenced region having potential V. So is an electric field, P is a point we are selecting in the electric field region having potential V. Let a charge Q is brought from infinity to point P. For this, work must be done. It is given by. So already we know that W is equals to charge into potential difference. So work done is equals to charge into potential difference. Here our charge is Q and potential difference final minus initial. Finally, we have to consider potential at P. So Vp minus initially the charge is at infinity, that is V infinity, that equals to Q of what is potential at P, that is V minus what is the value of potential at infinity, 0. So we have the total work done in bringing the first charge W is equals to, that is charge into potential difference, that is V. Therefore W is equals to QV, and this work done will be stored as a potential energy. So we got the expression for potential energy of a single charge in an external electric field. Yes, here we have to observe the same kind of expression for potential energy of system of two charges in an external electric field. So let us just quickly understand here. So here we are considering a point A, and here we are considering point B, and separation between them is R. So let us treat that charge which is producing electric field is an unknown charge. So the first charge we have to bring to the position A, the work must be needed. In the same way, to bring the second charge to position B, it has to do work against the already existing electric field as well as the field produced by the charge present at A. It's very simple. Consider an external electric field E produced by some unknown source charge. Let Q1 and Q2, let Q1 and Q2 be the two charges placed at point A and B, distance r apart respectively. That means Q1 is to be placed at A and Q2 has to be placed at B, and separation between them is r. Then let V1 and V2 be the potentials at A and B respectively. So potential at A is V1, potential at B is V2. So to bring that Q1, even though that is a first charge, but already there is some electric field, so work is to be done. Work done to move Q1 from infinity to point A against the external field is given by W1 is equals to, that is work done is equals to charge into potential difference. As we already know that potential difference W is equals to charge into potential difference. Here the charge is Q1. For potential difference we have to write potential at A minus potential at infinity. That infinity potential will be 0. So simply we are going to write it as Q1 and potential at A is V1. So W1 is equals to Q1 V1. Now work done to move second charge Q2 from infinity to B against the external field is given by W2. Work done to bring the second charge against the external electric field, that is W2 is equals to charge into potential difference. So Q2 into potential at B minus V infinity will be 0 and potential at B is V2. So we are simply writing W2 is equals to Q2 V2. So now we have to do work to bring this second charge from infinity to this point B. The work needs to be done due to potential of charge A. So second charge, to bring that from infinity to point B, we have to do work against the external field as well as the field produced by the charge present at A. Work done to move Q2 from infinity to B against the electrostatic field produced by Q1. So that work done is W3, that is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R. Why we are writing this expression? So please focus on this. W3 work done is equals to potential into charge, and here our charge is Q2. So potential at B due to the charge present at A. Potential at B due to the charge present at A. So what is the charge present at A? That is Q1. And what is the distance? R. Therefore potential at B is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 divided by R. So this is a value of VB. So here we are writing that is W3 is equals to potential into charge. Now VB is replaced by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 upon R into Q2. Thus we are writing W3 is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R. So we want the total potential, and to get that total potential we have to add W1, W2, W3. The total work done is stored as a potential energy in the system of two charges, that is W equals to W1 plus W2 plus W3, where W1 is Q1 V1, work done to bring the first charge against external field, plus W2, work done to bring the second charge against the external field Q2 V2, plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R, that is work done to bring the second charge with respect to the charge present at position A. Please remember the final expression, U is equals to, that is total work done will be stored as a potential due to system of two charges in presence of external electric field. U is equals to Q1 V1 plus Q2 V2 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R. Yes, now we are discussing the last derivation related to that potential energy in this chapter, that is potential energy of an electric dipole placed in a uniform electric field. In the first chapter we derived the expression for that torque experienced by the dipole when placed in the uniform external electric field, right? So here just remember that expression, tau is equals to Pe sin theta. So here also we are considering the uniform electric field. We are observing that in the diagram the field lines are in the same direction and equidistant, and here we have the dipole. So here we have the negative charge, here we have the positive charge, and there is a small separation between them, and here we have the dipole moment, and theta is some inclination between the field and that dipole moment. So consider a dipole of moment P placed in a uniform electric field E as shown in the figure. Let dipole moment P makes an angle theta with the electric field. The torque acting on the dipole is given by, as we already derived this in the first chapter, we are considering that directly. Tau is equals to Pe sine theta. The rotating force, that is torque, tau is equals to Pe sine theta, that is our first equation. Potential energy is associated with some work done, right? The work done to rotate the dipole through a small angle d theta against the torque is given by. So here we are going to rotate that by spending some work. So W is equals to, that is dW is equals to small rotation, that is dW is equals to tau into d theta, where tau is the force, rotating force, and d theta is angular displacement, because we know that work done is equals to force into displacement. So dW is equals to force, here it is tau, and displacement is measured in angular displacement, that is d theta. So here we have to write tau is nothing but Pe sine theta into d theta, Pe sine theta into d theta. So what is our second equation? dW is equals to Pe sine theta into d theta. So this is the amount of work done, that is small amount of work done. To get the total work done to rotate the dipole from its orientation theta 1 to another orientation theta 2. So theta 1 it will be the initial position, theta 2 it will be the final position. So the total work done is obtained, that is W is equals to integration theta is equals to from theta 1 to theta 2 dW. Yes, this equation, total work done W is equals to integration, that is from theta 1 to theta 2 dW. dW is small work done. So instead of dW, what we can write? Pe sine theta. So instead of dW, we are writing Pe sine theta into d theta. That is equation 2. Just we are writing this equation 2. That is Pe sine theta into d theta. Now P is constant, E is constant, only that orientation is a variable. Therefore P and E, they are written out of the integral sign. We just left with integration of sine theta into d theta from theta 1 to theta 2. So P into E, they are constants. So integration of sine theta into d theta, already we know that integration of sine theta is minus cos theta, that is minus cos theta. So after integration we have to apply limits. So minus sign, I am taking that outside, minus Pe upper limit, that is cos theta 2, minus lower limit is cos theta 1. So here just applying the limits, and we have the equation W is equals to minus Pe of cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. So we are just taking that negative sign inside, and that will be W is equals to Pe of cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. This work done is stored as a potential energy U in the dipole. Therefore that potential energy of the dipole is U is equals to Pe of cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. That is our fourth equation. In general, let us consider theta 1 is equals to 90 degree. That means initially that dipole is placed perpendicular with respect to the electric field, and finally it is placed parallel to the electric field, that is theta is 2 is equals to some theta. It is not placed parallelly, it is having some inclination, theta 2 is equals to theta. Then U is equals to P into E of cos theta 1 value is 90 degree. Initially it is perpendicular, and we are making some inclination theta 2 as theta. So instead of cos theta 2, we are writing it as cos theta, and we as cos 90 will be 0. So u is equals to minus pe cos theta, and by using dot product we can write u is equals to minus vector p dot vector e. So this is the expression for potential energy of the